Let's hear what's going on in real estate this week.
I can't.
I feel like I can hear myself. How's that, guys? Can you hear me? Thumbs up.
I can hear you now.
Yeah,
Hear you now. Perfect. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. I was saying we're back with another show this week in real estate. I'm the guest host, filling in for my dad, Rob Golfi. Conrad and him were in New York. There's one person who made it back on the show, one person who didn't. I don't know what did you guys get up to? How was New York?
It was great. It was a chance to see what's happening in real estate in North America. So it was a great opportunity for both of us. We had a great time. Yep.
Awesome. Really good time. How you been, Brian?
Good. We actually just had our Mission 35 annual awards last night in Niagara Falls. Conrad was there, got to come and speak, gave some great straight talking nuggets to our mortgage agents, which was really good, right? Because, and you know what? A lot of people, it was a buzz con last night as well, too, because the amount of opportunity for us mortgage agents that's still available in this market is huge, right? So it was really great. A lot of fun. I think a lot of them are a little bit hungover today, but other than that, good.
Slow day for mortgages. So yeah, Brian, you want to get into that? What types of conversations are you guys having right now with what, in regard to where those opportunities are for people right now?
Yeah, I think it comes down to just the true blue advice. And again, another conversation me and Conrad had is we're a little bit tired of everybody pretending to be an economist and a fortune teller. Right? So, and it's just coming down to saying, hey, are you qualified for a mortgage? If you're qualified for a mortgage, let's get you approved. And no different than what we would do a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We explain the differences between fixed and variable. We end up taking a look at see what your risk tolerance is. No different than if you're purchasing an investment, right? They go through a KYC, know your client, right? Know your client, know what's best for your client, and put them into it. Some people are going to take the variable still because we believe it's at the peak and it's going to ride down a bit. Some people are just like, no way, lock me in. I want to sleep at night. That's cool too. I think there's no wrong answers as long as you're approved and you're buying. So I think, and we're getting tons of pre-approvals right now. I think over the past 7 days now, we've been busier than we have in the past 90 days. So the FOMO might be coming into the market. I don't know what it is, but I think there's a little bit more certainty right now where people are ready to jump back in.
Yeah. Totally. I'm working with a couple buying in Burlington right now. We're in that 2-story detached double car garage market, 1.4, 1.5 million, and multiple offers everywhere we go. And I don't mean multiple offers in 20, 30 offers like we were experiencing back in 2022, Q1, Q2. I mean like 3, 4 offers on each and every single thing, and things are going quickly. So, I'm experiencing that in Burlington right now. I'm not experiencing that when I work out in Niagara. I feel like I got good product on the market that's not getting, any activity. So it's interesting to see the contrast in those two markets, but hopefully that comes down the QEW a little bit more. Yeah. And we get that ripple effect off the Halton market. What do you think, Conrad?
Well, I know I'm with you. It's funny you mentioned 2 stories. Like 2 stories in Oakville are up 5% month over month from November to December. So, and again, I'm saying it's this great return back to Toronto. People are going back to work and what have you in Toronto. And even if they're going 3 days a week, they're saying, look, I need to get back into the market close to the GTA. I'm looking for my best value. 2-story per square foot is probably the best value going. And your clients probably know that in Burlington, same type of thing. And it starts to trickle. Yeah. But what's interesting? The market, and again, if we talk about what the stats and what's going on, what's interesting is that Hamilton, like when you look at Hamilton, I've been comparing it to 2018. Phil, I don't know, were you around in 2018?
Just got in. My feet were wet. I was naive. I was green. I was ready to hit the ground running. Now look at me.
Yeah, look at you now.
I'm old. Hosting a show. I'm worn down. I'm doing my dad's podcast. It's terrible.
It's downhill from here.
Yeah.
But what's remarkable about 2018 January, right? 2017, same thing happened like 2022. Q1, Q2 on fire. Then the whole thing dropped in Q3 and Q4 in 2017. We had a buildup of inventory in December, and then we had a lot of carryover in January. The numbers, though, if you look at January 2018 and January 2023, I'm telling you, dead on. New listings in 2018 were 671 in Hamilton. There were in 2018. There were 672 in January 2023. Identical. Burlington 241 in 2023, 260 in 2018. Like identical numbers. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see. Even looking back to 2018, but even looking back to last year, I feel like we have a large enough data set and data sample to really bring back more confidence and show that it feels like, you know, we've had a soft landing. And I feel like there's a lot more people getting back into the market right now that have a little bit more confidence than they did Q4 last year. And they're starting to come back in, and it feels like the 800,000 might be the new $1 million, and there's a lot of opportunity out there for buyers. Brian, you want to hop in?
And I think it's just something that some people are glazing over, and Conrad said it, and you said it there too. Prices are inching up again.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's reality. We saw the dip, and then it was the December numbers, and the RAT report says the numbers are going up. So that means is that the soft landing? Is that the end? If it's starting to go up again, it's quite possible you hit the trough.
Yeah.
Well, the fundamentals are there. Like the fundamentals we've seen, the low inventory, bringing back confidence, the end of this rate hike cycle, all those great fundamentals are there. It's just a matter of, like I always say, this thing dropped with a 25 basis point raise. Now it's going to probably go like a rocket. If we see a long-term pause, or even if they drop it a quarter point, you're going to see more confidence into the market. So now's a great opportunity, I think, for both sides of the fence, the buyers and sellers. Like I was just in Niagara Falls yesterday, and I'll tell you something, downtown Niagara Falls, you can still get something at $350 a square foot. I am amazed. And, prices across the board in Niagara Falls are down like 0% decrease month over month. So they've leveled up. Right. Now they're poised for this comeback, like you said, Phil, a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah, and what's wrong with this being a new normal, right? Like last year was not normal, and it's so funny in terms of educating sellers on that. It's like, okay, I put my house up for sale. It's like, there's been one showing or two showings in a weekend, and it's like, our average days on market is inching over 30 days, right? This is kind of the normal time in terms of selling, but everybody, we're getting past that, looking at what your neighbor sold for and those crazy numbers and that, unpredictable, unprecedented market that we were working in. And I feel like, and Brian and I have talked about this before, it's just that educating buyers and sellers in terms of the current marketplace and what we're working in right now has been, what I've been trying to do with everyone I've been working with. And it's putting them in the best position to be successful. Whether you are buying or selling. And right now, I think is a great time to be aggressive, because I feel like it's a bunch of people sitting on the sideline waiting for that little nugget of positive news or that little drop in interest rate. And I feel like there's going to be a large number of buying parties all coming into the market at once, that I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see these multiple offers start to come into Hamilton, come into Niagara on specific and really good product that's out there. Obviously, there's going to be crappy, different houses that sit on the market and take a while to sell, but that's something that I think we'll see into the spring, into the summer of this year, which is going to be really exciting to follow.
I think it's actually coming right now. I was just going to say, because there's a segment of the population, I remember us talking about this, where the pre-approved buyers were getting beat out because they're all in competition, and they got fed up and they just said, listen, I'm out. I'm not buying a house right now because I'm not going to pay $200,000 over asking without a home inspection and not know what I'm buying. All those people that were fence sitting, a lot of them are coming back now and saying, hey, you know what? I've done the numbers. I still make good money. I can still qualify. It's not they don't care about the interest rate, but they're just doing the math and saying, yeah, I can afford the payment, and I'm a lot more comfortable paying this price and this monthly payment right now in a non-stressful situation. I know there is some competition, but not the same as what we saw in the height of the market. Yeah. And they're happy to start the process again. And all those people are coming back right now. And to Conrad's point and your point, Phil, I think that's starting right now.
Well, yeah, and look at the price point. So let's say it was $950 back in, let's say it's $950,000 today, and then in the Q1 of 2022 was $1,150,000. Now they're 20% down. So think of what the down payment. Now they're like $45,000, $50,000. They got the down payment, and it's so much less of a burden. Right?
And you know what? It's not that big of an interest rate difference either.
No,
10% down. You're seeing rates 4.39. We did a 5-year 4.39, whereas then it was maybe 2.5, 2. So it's really a 2% difference and a way less down payment. To your point, Carl.
But you know what? I find Canadians in housing, it's like a sport, right? It's a very competitive thing. And they want to know, how is my home performing? Well, at the end of the day, look, it's not performing as it did in Q1 of 2022. But if you think about it, but from 2018 to today, okay, the increase in price is something like it's 57% increase in Hamilton.
It's crazy.
45% increase in Burlington. So Hamilton won that whole increase over the last 5 years.
Yeah, so but in contrast, if you look at the dollar value in terms of that, if you go from percentage to dollar value, Burlington dollar value was probably increased much more.
Right? Well, by the numbers, but but look, everybody wants to know how their house is performing. I think everybody's got to forget Q1 and Q2, and there's some great stats out there, like the HPI and the benchmark price. And I know the Golfi team is well versed in all that. And you know what? There's a little bit more, a little deeper dive and things like that. Don't look at this, that you lost all this 20%.
I agree.
Look at going forward and look at the gains you made and look at going forward and how your house is going to perform. Think like a CEO, 5 and 10 years out. That's the way to go.
Absolutely. We've talked about this before is I always say zoom out, right? If you're going to micro analyze this market cycle, you're going to find a reason not to buy a house. And everyone can always find a reason not to buy the house. But if you're going to look for reasons not to buy, sure, right? They're always there, no matter what. Good markets, bad markets, there will always be a reason not to buy. But there's more positives in terms of getting into the market today and holding on for that 3 to 5 to 10 year time period. You will be successful and prices will continue to appreciate.
And I've said this before to people. I'm going to say it again too, because we're facing some future off-seat mortgage rule changes in the spring, right? And even if, let's say there's another dip, I don't think there is. There's no indication, but let's say there is. I would rather lose 5 to 10% of my real estate investment in the short term than not be able to buy a house 6 months from now or 8 months from now.
Yeah.
True. Right.
Yeah.
Like, sure, give me the dip. I'll come out in the end. But you wait too long and rules change, unintended consequences, which is a common term we hear when we see rules and regulations change. Seen it happen before. So if you're qualified and you've got the budget, the payments, buy a house. Quit trying to time it.
I know.
Oh yeah. Well, it's solid advice, because remember Q2 of 2018 stress test came in, right? Yeah. These rule changes. So it's mimicking it exactly. These rule changes came in. Then your bang for your buck and what you're going to be able to get is going to get diminished. I'm telling you, there's not a better time to put your home for sale today. Ride the wave of low inventory, and the other people coming in. Price. There's still some great prices out there. Buyers have a great opportunity. First time, I think buyers and sellers have the best opportunity in Q1 of 2023. I
agree. 2018 was the foreign buyers tax. 2023 or 2022 was the foreign buyers ban. And it's crazy. And I'm still a buyer. Like, this is, I was able to put my buying cap on, and I'm still a buyer. I've talked to Brian about this before, and it just feels like there's no inventory, right? And the inventory that's there, that goes, is just, a little bit overpriced, but it just, you don't have a lot to choose from. And I'm one of those, I'm one of those buyers right now that's out looking every weekend, looking at properties, looking at homes to buy. But this, and what I'm seeing right now is this inventory is going to start to climb, and I feel like the buyers are coming. So it's like you said, Conrad, it's a really great opportunity for sellers to put themselves out there and maybe get ahead of the inventory climb and be competitive in today instead of waiting for the summer or the spring. So it's really good. Awesome, guys. We'll leave it there. Good chat. Good talking to you guys. Thank you so much for doing this as always. We'll chat soon.
Thanks a lot. Bye, guys.
Thanks.